jive. I ain't making no noise, avoiding all decoys. In the big old truck, switching big old lanes, doing my thing. Hoping y'all doing the big old same, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Now I know what y'all probably thinking, bro, out here in the rain. You probably thinking, bro, at 48 years old, man, how do you stay looking that young, fresh, and vibrant? You know what I'm talking about? I told you, man, I'm just overly attractive and sexy. You know what I'm talking about? Some of us have it, some of us don't. You know what I'm talking about? Some of us have it, some of us don't. You know what I'm talking about? What was good with the people, man? How's y'all doing on this Mumbo-Minded Monday, man? You say Mumbo-Minded Monday, bro. What's going on? Mumbo-Minded. Oh, man, I had a hell of a weekend on this one right here. When I tell you I'm tired of, man, I'm tired of talking, bro. You know what I'm talking about? They say you tired of talking, bro. Man, listen, man, I'm tired of talking, man. I ain't ass conversations and just, all the useless rhetoric and all, man. We didn't went all the way back to Flintstone kids, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you. And it started with the fights and it just carried on into the world, man. And I'm realizing Mumbo-Minded, bro. Y'all have and I'm not even saying that like you don't know nothing, because everybody just know what they know. You know what I'm talking about? And that's not the problem of what you know. The problem comes in at when you just don't want to be wrong. Now you don't want to admit something that you don't know. This is where the problem come in at. I told you, it started with the fight week, man. Now, because everybody, I guess in the real world, they've been talking about like I'm some kind of avenger for Devin Haney, man. And once again, I am a boxing fan. I'm a Devin Haney fan, but I'm a boxing fan. I'm not one of these fanatics. I like Devin Haney. I like Tank. I like damn near all the back fighters. You know what I'm talking about? I like a few of the SA fighters, bro. I just like boxing. If you could box, you know what I'm talking about, you could just box, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And but I told my partner, because we have, I guess, people out here that's not boxing fans. They just certain, they like they people and they just hate other certain people. So when the shit happened, I told my partner, I said, man, watch. When this man had to fight without them drugs, watch how different he looked. And my partner, he kept saying the same shit they saying in the media and shit. Man, there was only 0.3 Ostarine in there, man. That little bit of dope couldn't do. And I said, just watch his next fight when he doesn't have any dope in his system and watch how he look. Now, we had to wait. He forgot I said that, but the text still on the phone, though. You know what I'm talking about? The text still on the phone. So, even though we had to wait a year, because then I asked him again, I was like, bro, do you remember I told you how he gonna look? And instead of him just like, I know, bro, that man look like you can't, it's not like what I want you to say. I don't want you to agree with me, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what's good with it? I don't want you to agree with me, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not trying to get you to agree with me, man. I'm just stating the obvious. Now, if you just keeping it real with yourself, man, the man fought way back then. He looked a little better than he did in his last performance. His last performance didn't look like nothing. The man looked smaller. He didn't have that much. You get what I'm saying, man? I'm just stating the obvious. But instead of us just doing that, we got to stick with Mumbo-Minded shit. Now, we got to stick with the way that we, because I've been riding this whole way for a year. And it's just that right there. See, Mumbo-Minded ain't really got nothing to do with it, because we all just know what we know. It's the point when you don't want to learn nothing. That's where you keep yourself slow at. So now you don't even want to hear this right here, because in your mind you playing sides. You know what I'm talking about? Something straight out of comic book years, man. You know what I'm talking about? Mumbo-Minded Monday, man. But I keep telling you and expressing to y'all, and I've been telling you this for 3 years, you ain't got to listen to me. You ain't got to listen to one motherfucking word I said, man. Man, my man hit a U-turn just to get back at me and wave at me. I knew I should have. I got something for these niggas, man. I'm telling you, man, I got a smooth getaway. Hey, what's good with it, man? Thank y'all for coming through this motherfucker gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? But Mumbo-Minded Monday, bro. And it's not that you just slow, bro. Because, like, all of us is slow in some aspect. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know shit about astronauts. So I'm slow if we was to get in the astronaut conversation, bro. We all slow somewhere. You get what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm saying, folks. How we get Mumbo-Minded is your ability, just like a little kid, bro. You don't even want to know nothing. You get what I'm saying? You want to stick into your ways. That's just like if somebody, I don't know, that old superstitious ass shit. Like if you cross a motherfucking pole, it's supposed to be bad luck. You'll have somebody that believe that shit and they'll try to rev that shit off on you. I don't believe that shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But you'll have another motherfucker, just people just stuck in their ways, man. They ain't gonna do nothing but make you slow. It is, and that's how we even got to the ways of the world today. And I just got tired this whole motherfucking weekend. I'm so tired of just the conversation. I ain't bullshitting with you. Because people don't even talk with reason nor logic no more. They just want to point. I asked my man something about the fight. Just that question, bro, did he look different? And that man brought up Devin Haney, and I did not get that. Why do you answer the question like that, bro? I'm not even talking about Devin Haney. I just asked you one question. Did the man look different without them drugs in his system or not? But since we just can't come up here and say yes, you know what I'm talking about? We got to say, well, he'll still knock Devin Haney out. What difference do that make, bro? Did the man look different or not? But just because you don't want to say the man looked different, just to avoid the fact to say the man looked different without them drugs in his system, and that's just a telltale sign that man might have been off drugs, and you don't want to be wrong because everybody been teasing for a year. You said what? Keep pushing. I'll sub for a little support, a small contractor too. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about? Thank everybody for coming through this motherfucker, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Mumbo-minded Monday though, man. But instead of this man just stating the obvious, we can't keep it real because of the stance that we done took for this whole year. So instead of us just being able to keep it real, we just gonna start deflecting now. Now we not even gonna say the man look different. We gonna go back to another fight that we not even talking about, and we gonna start bringing this shit up again. I got tired of these conversations the whole weekend, bro, and I just realized that was the way of the world. And that shit took me way back. They say how far back, bro? It took me way back, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. It took me way back, man. And when I was a little kid, bro. I ain't gonna say a little kid. I'm about 16, 17. Y'all, hold on. Let me post my motherfucking self like, gas brake dip on mine, nigga, in the rain. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all, hold on, or don't. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Back live, no jive, ain't making no. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Back live, no jive, ain't making no noise, avoiding all decoys. In the big old truck, switching big old lanes, doing my thing. Hoping y'all doing the big old same, man. I'm in the rain, man. You know what I'm talking about? Still gas brake dip. I'm finna go on and get out the way of everybody else. Nigga, like, you know what I'm talking about? But, I got a story about it, a long time ago, man. I was a kid, I don't know, 16, 17. It might have been 17, 18, I don't know. But I told you when you was a youngster like that, bro, and if you, nigga, you could be like 16, 17, 18, bro. If you fucked with a bitch like 23, 24, you'll be talking about that was your old bitch, right? And I don't know why this shit popped up in my head this weekend, but this what it reminded me of, bro. I bullshit you not, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, punk ass bitch. Now, y'all just gotta go back and see the story, man. I done already told the story. I ain't gonna even put the people's name out there. You just gotta go back and search for the story, man. If I came across the bitch, the bitch was older than me or whatnot. Now I told y'all what happened when I stopped fucking with the bitch. But I never told y'all why I stopped fucking with that bitch, man. I say, bro, why you stop fucking with the bitch? First of all, I never really fucked with the bitch like that. It wasn't like me and the bitch was boyfriend or girlfriend, and then it wasn't like I ever took this bitch serious. You know what I'm talking about? And this is one of the first times I seen this shit, man. Just goofy ass bitch, bro. But I'll never forget. This is why I stopped fucking with that bitch. One time I had spent the night. So I'm finna go to the turf in the morning, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I walk from the bitch house to the turf. Bitch live right down the street from the turf, man. Nigga, yeah, I was finna go to the turf, and this bitch like, is you gonna, cause you walk the baby cause I guess the baby went to the park or one of them. Man, I'm finna walk to the turf. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not walking this motherfucking baby nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Not me. And I remember the bitch tried to flash on me and try to put a motherfucking, like a guilt trip on me, like I was some old punk ass nigga, cause I'm not finna walk this motherfucking baby to the motherfucking school, cause I'm finna go walk to the turf and sell dope, bitch. I'm not finna walk this motherfucking baby to school, bitch. This is not my baby. You know what I'm talking about? Bitch, you better call her daddy. to this motherfucker and walk your baby to school, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? And I was up out of there, but that's why I stopped fucking with that bitch right there, man. Cause I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like about that shit right there, nigga. Like, ugh. You know what I'm talking about? Say, man, that baby could walk with me as far as, cause I'm walking to the turf. You know what I'm talking about? If the baby know, cause that's where I stop. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the baby could walk with me to the turf. I'm not walking this baby nowhere, nigga. I'm finna walk to the turf. If the baby wanna walk with me to the turf, the baby welcome to walk with me to the turf, nigga. But I'm going to the turf. You know what I'm talking about? The baby gonna have to keep on pushing. So I'm not walking to no motherfucking school, nigga. You don't get the fuck out of here. But I'm gonna tell you why, man. They say, baby, cuz why'd you say all that? Because the bitch had a baby daddy from 71st. And if y'all know where 71st at, man, compared to where the bitch lived at, now if the bitch lived down the street from the turf, you know how far it is to walk to 71st, man. You know what I'm talking about? We up there by MacArthur. You know 71st is below East 14th. You know what I'm talking about? You got to get all the way down there where that great dolphin at. Y'all know this, right? And I vividly remember these hoes talking about some shit about getting into some bitch. Y'all know how bitches be with their baby daddies, bruh. The bitch still money. I don't know what it was, bruh. But the bitch, her and all these old other bitches, they didn't call talking about they finna go down there and fight some bitches. And do you know all them big old loudmouth assholes met up. All them loudmouth assholes met up in front of that bitch house and commenced to walk in the 71st about some bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? About what a bitch said, about a baby daddy, about a baby mama, all that shit. Them hoes mounted up with hair scarves on, Vaseline. You know how y'all do it, that Jill Scott video. You got about 6, 7, 8, all these hoes mounted up at this bitch house and they walked to 71st. And this is where I be talking about, man, Mumbo-minded Monday. They say, bro, why you, because bitch, you mean to tell me now 71st hella farther than Parker. Hella further. You know what I'm talking about? 71st, and nigga, that's a walk among walks, bro. And you done walk down there with 9 or 8 people. And you mean to tell me, you see where you was willing to walk about some bullshit? And then you try to put the guilt trip on me about the little baby. Bitch, you don't get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Bitch, you don't get the fuck out of here, mumbo-minded. And that's just it right there, bro. And that's what the fuck I mean. And that's why I really threw the emergency brakes and the kickstand on. Because even as a little nigga, I can see a motherfucker, I don't even know why. I told you, when you be 17 and you be fucking with a bitch like 23 and shit, you be talking about you fuck with an old bitch. But, you can see how, you can just see where that bitch mind was at, bruh. All over the motherfucking place, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? So you mean to tell me it was more important to walk down here to 71st, that's hella far, with 7, 8, 9 bitches and shit? See, you'll get some energy when it's time for that bullshit. You see how far they was willing to walk? Now, when I told that bitch I'm not finna walk this baby to school, and the bitch turned it on me like I was some type of punk ass nigga, and a real nigga would have walked and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But you can call 9 and 8 other bitches to walk with you to go down here about this bullshit, about these bitches, baby daddies, and all this old other bullshit. You get what I'm saying, man? You gathered up 6, 7, 8 other motherfuckers to walk down there with that bullshit. You couldn't call not one of them motherfuckers to walk the baby to school? You get the fuck out of my face with that shit, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You get the fuck out of my face with that shit, bitch. They say, bro, why did you bring all that up? Mumbo-minded Monday. Your motherfucking mind to be in the wrong place. Just the way of the world, man. Y'all play too much. In order to not have to be accountable for who you is, y'all talk about everything else, bro. Just like I was telling y'all on my video with a motherfucker, if you don't wash your hands when you go to the bathroom, you can talk about somebody all day, bro. And after you get through insulting them and all that old bullshit and shit, bro, your hands still gonna smell like shit. And I get tired of that shit right there, bro. And I had to deal with that shit all weekend. I'm telling you, I got tired of talking, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I got tired of talking. Man, if you just know how many, like, you gotta eliminate childish people, like, out your circle, bruh. You do. And if you don't, bruh, you're gonna be going through some romper room shit for the rest of your life, bruh. Because people refuse, y'all know how I am with my vocabulary. People refuse to grow. And the person who refused to grow, they're gonna try to keep you stuck where they at. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you just gotta cut people out your program, man. Like, yeah, you do, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because especially if you see a motherfucker that don't want to grow. What is the use of us talking if you can't grow? If I'm on the phone with you and we supposed to be handling some business, and every time we go try to handle some business, bro, the business is fucked up. Like, why am I even still talking to you? You know what I'm talking about? There is nothing for us to talk about. Because you don't do good business, brothers. You know what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters? You don't do good business, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You don't do good business, like, you know what I'm talking about? You said you're being illegal having your phone while driving. LOL. I feel you. You know what I'm talking about? Allah, the way of the world, y'all. The first thing a motherfucker do, mumbo minded. They want to call your crimes out on national TV. Or what they say is a crime. They're going to try to put a crime on you on national TV. And this is what I mean by mumbo-mindedness. Even you could be sitting up here giving some game and people they gonna say anything else not to have to listen to the game. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what's good with you, man? How are you anyways, man? You know what I'm talking about? This gas break dip on mine. That's what the people gonna do though, man. They gonna come up in here no matter what you saying, and they gonna deflect. So they don't have to listen to you. Just like the motherfucker who took a shit and wanted to go in the kitchen without washing their hands. They gonna say a whole bunch of other shit instead of just washing their hands. And we got a whole society of that shit now. This weekend got on my nerves, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. Yeah, this weekend got on my nerves because it's just the same shit in the world, bruh. In order for somebody not to be wrong, they just gonna point out a bunch of shit about you, even though that shit's still wrong about them. If a motherfucker breath stink, they gonna say your shoe untied. Yeah, man, this whole weekend just got on my nerves with that shit, bruh. It did. I ain't bullshitting with you. And I just realized y'all slow. And you want to be slow. You know what I'm talking about? And that's fucked up. It is. At some point when you grow, when you get to an adult stage, bruh, you gotta take it upon yourself to learn something, bruh. You can't still be floating around here with the same game you was using in high school and shit, bruh. I mean, you can, but you'll see what that do for you, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And a lot of y'all is just like talking to little kids, folks. From niggas to bitches, bro. Y'all have the mind capacity of little kids. And the moment you feel, cause live in a world where, just like I said, if you tell somebody to go wash their hands after they didn't wash them taking the shit, they gonna view that as, they gonna try to turn that into you talking shit about them just to keep from having to wash their hands. So now they could turn some nasty ass shit they did into you talking shit about them. Because it's not right for you to talk shit about them. And people actually sit around here and use that slow ass shit not to have to better themselves, bro. I'm so tired of that shit. Niggas and bitches alike. I'm so tired of that shit, nigga. This whole weekend, bro, I had to listen to, if it wasn't that fight, it was if it wasn't that fight, it was me talking to a motherfucker that's finna fuck some business up. It's me talking to a motherfucker that just can't, man, this weekend burned me out. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it was a pretty good weekend. And it just still burned me out. The people, y'all burned me out this weekend. Like, you know what I'm talking about? What's good with the cricket, man? Thank you for coming through. Still gas break dip on mine. Like, yeah, this weekend burned me out, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I just realized, because I don't even think like y'all slow. I think the society somehow, it's just creating a lazy-minded motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? So it ain't that you really slow. You just want to stay where you at. You don't want to grow. You know what I'm talking about? In your mental. So we still walking around and we just still, we playing little kid game. Like I said, if I tell you you need to go brush your teeth because your breath stink, you gonna tell me I need to fasten my shoe because my shoe untied. We done got into them games. You know what I'm talking about? So I never had to be accountable for anything I need to do on myself. So if I'm running around this motherfucker musty and shit, and you tell me that I am musty, I can say that your shoes is untied. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't have to go put on no deodorant. Y'all something straight out of comic book. You say, last week ruined my dang little cooning, but we chilling. I feel you, man. I stay walking with my stores untied, wear them like a slip on. You know what I'm talking about? Smoking some good kush, and feel me? I feel you, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip like, ugh. And we just done got too motherfucking old not to be. I'm telling you, this whole fight this weekend, bruh, it felt like I was dealing with kids around every corner. Cause I'm not even, and shout out to 78 Sports, man, because I didn't even know this for a fact. I just watched the fights. You get what I'm saying? So I just know what I seen through the fight. You get what I'm saying? Now 78 shout out, he came with the statistics like, ugh, you know what I'm talking about? Cause I was asking my partner, because every time I asked him about Ryan Garcia, they went back to Devin Haney. And then they started talking about how boring the fight was. And I wasn't even talking about Devin Haney. I was just asking these people, do you think he looked different when he didn't have no drugs in his system? So they didn't have to answer that question. They kept going to other shit. And I was watching the fights and I said, man, why did they talk about this Devin Haney fight being so boring? When I was watching this Devin Haney fight, even though it was a boring ass fight, I still seen him do more than these other fights I watched. Shout out to 78 Sports. Because what I did not know is, that Devin Haney actually landed more punches than all in them niggas in them other fights combined. So Devin Haney, they talked about his fight was so boring. He landed more punches than Canelo, Willie Skull. He landed more punches than Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, and he landed more. Them was the two fights. He landed more punches than all them, man. And somehow they still build his fight as the worst fight ever. But somehow he landed more punches than all them other niggas did in they fight, and they try to make they fight aside. Man, y'all something straight out of comic book. Something straight out of comic book, bruh. But this whole weekend, nigga gave me a fucking headache, man. And it's just like y'all get more and more like little kids, bruh. Y'all just say anything, bruh. And it's like dealing with a bitch that don't want to be accountable for her conduct, bruh. I promise you, that's what it's just like. It's dealing with a bitch that don't want to be accountable. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what this whole weekend made me feel like, man. Say, Rob Allbanks, what's good with it, man? Thank you for coming through this motherfucker, man. Oh, man, just sitting here talking about Mumbo-Minded Monday. Man, this weekend did a number on me talking to motherfuckers, man. It make me not even want to talk to a motherfucker for a while. It's like you can't even, like, we in trouble, bruh. We is. And it's fucked up that the people have got to the point, because I don't think y'all slow. I just think y'all childish. I don't think y'all slow. I think y'all childish. It's like y'all mad at people for what you don't know. Just like I said, bruh, if you go take a shit and don't wash your hands, and you try to walk in somebody's kitchen and they tell you you need to wash your hands before you come in their kitchen because you just used the bathroom, you can't turn that into somebody trying to talk about you. You get what I'm saying? You say, them loose booty, huh? Yeah, right? You can't, if the motherfucker tell you, and it's like we walk around this shit not knowing shit, and then we get embarrassed about the shit that we don't know. So the shit we don't know, we gonna turn that in, and that's just a deflection, bruh, so you don't have to listen. Ain't nobody talking about you. That's just a deflection because you should have already known to wash your hands. You shouldn't have not gotten this old without knowing how to wash your hands. And this is what I'm saying about the world on this Mumbo-Minded Monday, bruh. Like, a lot of us, the people who you came up around, bruh, a lot of these people didn't teach you nothing in this world. And I told you, especially us as black people, we act like just because we've been cooking for ourselves since we was 4 years old and shit, that makes us grown. We act like just because mama had 4 jobs and we had to look out for all our sisters and shit when we was 3 years old, we had to be the adult of the house. We act like that means something in the real world, and it doesn't, folks. It doesn't. But we'll take that like, nigga, I've been watching after my sister since I was 4, and you act like that makes you grown, and it doesn't, bruh. It doesn't. But we won't educate ourselves for shit. We'll sit there with the shit that we know, and we'll take that into the world and act like just because we've been getting by off this shit, that we know what the fuck going on. Man, y'all something straight out of comic book, bro. You gonna go through this world and you gonna be slow, hella old. You gonna be hella old and you gonna be slow. See, folks like being led to for sure. I promise you, they need someone to tell them what to do. I promise you, bro. And that's crazy, folks. That's crazy. It is. Then a motherfucker sit up there and argue you up and down about some shit that they don't know. Then people, we just use any deflection so we don't have to be accountable for us. You know what I'm talking about? You can tell a motherfucker to go wash their hands and the motherfucker sit right there and say, you ain't gotta holler at me. What the fuck does that got to do with you washing your hands, folks? Gas, brake, dip. We play too much, just as people. And I'm telling you, this whole weekend, just with the childish ass conversations, I'm telling you, it all started from them fights and shit. Just from that childish ass shit right there, bruh. Motherfuckers just switching and you just, it's like when you come out your house now, bruh, it's guaranteed that you're gonna have to deal with somebody else's bullshit. And people walking around in this society is childish as shit, bruh. It's just a point to prove. I drive all day. I gotta deal with this shit on the road all day. A motherfucker just come out of nowhere. They just don't want you to be in front of them. So they won't even let you get over, even though they finna get in your same lane. Don't make no sense, bruh. This is the childishness. People don't want to learn. They want to be right, and they wrong. They don't want to admit it. I promise you, and it ain't even really no right or wrong, bruh. It's just gonna be, nigga, it's gonna be stagnated or growth. But people don't want to appear to be wrong. And that's what it is right there. You don't want to appear to be wrong. We all wrong, bruh, because we don't know nothing. Don't none of us know everything, bruh. We all slow in areas. You know what I'm talking about? If y'all get to talking about, like if y'all get to talking about suckers, you got me there, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You got me there, man. You know what I'm talking about? I can't come from the standpoint of the sucker, man. You got me there. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I don't really know nothing about no sucker shit. You got me there. I'm sure you know more about sucker shit than I do. You know what I'm talking about? I count on it. God damn, man. Cricket, what up? I see you, man. Not everyone, but no, I get you saying exactly. It's wild as hell, bro. I promise you. It just don't make no sense, man. And that's how we got to the society of everybody just teasing everybody. It is, folks. Because motherfuckers walk around mumbo-minded. And so, like, I walk around and I'm not tripping off if I'm a piece of shit. I don't even want to change the piece of shit that I am. I want everybody else to see where you a piece of shit at. Shit don't even make no sense, bruh. Why you think everybody try to bring people embarrassments to the forefront? Because they embarrassed of what they is. You get what I'm saying? It's only mumbo-minded people that do that shit. I bet y'all didn't know that. What difference do it make? Just like I was telling y'all, bro, what difference do it make if somebody will tell if you gonna tell? Motherfucker just try to knock your character down, bro. And you can tell, like, just people out here, man, some crazy shit just happened to me at the gas station this morning. I mean, ain't nothing happened to me, but, like, I just come encounter with the craziest shit every motherfucking day, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. I come encounter with some crazy shit every day. And when I see that shit, you could just tell the kind of motherfuckers that motherfuckers come from. You get what I'm saying? I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. A motherfucker did something, and the first thing a motherfucker do is blurt and holler, and that's what's wrong with people, bro. Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all want to tell somebody something when you don't know nothing. You embarrassed because of what you don't know. So every time y'all get embarrassed, y'all come with an insult like a little kid, bro. I swear to God, it's some romper room shit. You know what I'm talking about? Just some romper room shit. And it took me back to that bitch. I was telling y'all about that bitch when I was little, man. I ain't gonna say the bitch name, bro, but the bitch asked me. The bitch got mad at me because I wouldn't walk her motherfucking baby to school. You know what I'm talking about? Because I told y'all about the thing when I stopped fucking with the bitch. I told y'all just the bitch was bringing me my clothes and did some hater shit. He said, well, no sucker motherfuckers for sure. Sucker free. Man, us made. Remember, sugar free. Now I gotta play some music. Thanks, Rod G. You know what I'm talking about? People weird as fuck, man. And the bitch asked me to walk this baby to school, man. I said, man, I'm not walking that motherfucking baby to school, bitch. You know what I'm talking? I'm finna walk to the turf. Now, if the baby wanna walk with me to the turf, that's where I stop. Now, the baby welcome to walk with me to the turf. And they say, bruh, and the bitch tried to put a guilt trip on me like I was some hoe-ass, punk-ass nigga and shit because I wouldn't walk her motherfucking baby. Now, mind you, this ain't my motherfucking baby. Me and this bitch didn't make this baby. This bitch and another nigga made this baby. I said, man, you know what I'm talking about? But I was young too, like 17, 18. I think I was 17. And And she was like 23, 24. You know, when you that young, or that ain't even really young, but if you got a bitch that's 20 in her 20s, you talking about your old bitch. Even though both of y'all babies and shit. You know what I'm talking about? But I vividly remember, and this is why I told this bitch no. I vividly remember this bitch had some, because her baby daddy was from 71st. And I vividly remember that this bitch called 4, 5, 7, 8 other old loudmouth ass bitches that came over there with the Vaseline and hair scarves on, and them bitches walked to 71st. You feel me? Them bitches walked to 71st about some bullshit, about some baby daddy punk bitch shit, about some baby daddy, baby mama. And this bitch had enough energy to walk all the way to 71st. And you want me to walk the baby to school? Bitch, you better call one of them 8 other loudmouth bitches with them scarves on to come walk this motherfucking baby to school. And that's what I mean by mumbo-minded Monday, bruh. Like, this is that motherfucker. I gotta show y'all this motherfucker, because I see this motherfucker every day. Who does this motherfucker look like? Is it Steve Martin? This white Saguni. Who does motherfucker look like? Is it Steve Martin? This is how you niggas be walking around out here now, like, you know what I'm talking about? Steve, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all something straight out of the comic book, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? That's that motherfucker I told y'all the other day Sis was finna knock the shit out of. He be out here running up on motherfuckers hella aggressive. Sis was finna knock the shit out that nigga with that handbag. There was something heavy in that bag too. I think Sis just got through boosting this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Sis looked like she had an alternator in that motherfucker. She was finna clock that nigga like, you know what I'm talking about? Thank you. But mumbo-minded Monday, man. But that left a bad taste in my mouth with that bitch, man. And I told y'all, that's the day I left and I never came back. I never spent the night at that bitch house again or nothing, bro. I didn't see that bitch for about 8. And when the bitch walked to the turf and came and bought me my clothes, I didn't even go back there and get my clothes. God damn, blood. I ain't even go back and get the clothes, bro. I was through with that shit, bro. Oh, simple-minded ass bitch. I can't stand that shit, bro. You not finna try to put no guilt trip on me about some shit that you don't care about. You get what I'm saying? You finna try to make me feel some kind of way about walking your motherfucking baby to school, bitch, but you got enough energy to go. You got enough energy to walk to 71st about some baby mama, baby daddy punk bitch shit. You called up a cavalry to walk to 71st with you, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? And you mean to tell me you can't find one of them hoes to come walk that motherfucking baby to school? You got me fucked up, bitch. You better get that motherfucker a bike. You know what they gonna say, bro? You cold with it, man. Listen, bro, fuck that bitch and walking that baby. Hell yeah, better call somebody. I promise you. That right, cat, I promise you. So you going to leave a baby mama if she can't give you kids for, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, man. Shut the fuck up. I'm 48 years old, man. That wasn't my baby mama. I think you came in on the wrong part of the story. I'm not walking nobody else's kid no motherfucking where, man. You know what I'm talking about? And it wasn't that I wasn't walking the kid nowhere. I don't have a problem. You know what I'm talking about with walking. The problem was that bitch didn't have enough energy to walk her own baby to school, but she had enough energy to walk to 71st to go down there about some, the bitch mind was in the wrong place, long story short. You had enough energy to go gather up some hoes to go walk down here about some punk ass shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you had enough energy to go down there. The studs out here in full force, y'all. I gotta show y'all, because the studs walk around here and they be serious with it. You see look at all of them. You know what I'm talking about? Don't that bitch in the back look like Jimmy the Cricket if you don't get your flat back ass up out of here, bitch? And that bitch got on the blonde wig in the rain, man. If y'all don't stop playing, mumbo-minded. You know what I'm talking about? Mumbo-minded. Y'all, man, I'm just gonna say fuck y'all. I don't want to hear nothing from Nan, bitch. Bitch, if you don't say nothing to me if you ain't ready to embrace your scalp. If you just can't walk around with your whatever you got up here, man, I don't want to hear nothing about it, man. Don't even talk to me if you can't embrace your scalp. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, if you can't embrace your scalp, don't even talk to me. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm tired of seeing y'all taking your head off, man. Yeah, man, I'm tired of seeing you bitches take your head off, man. A bitch head shouldn't come off at nighttime, man. You know what I'm talking about? You should be able to lay down and wake up with your head one piece, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't be able to take your head off like an old school G.I. Joe action figure that came with hella compartments, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You said that ain't even make sense, man. No, it didn't. Grab looking dude, you know what I'm talking about? Misunderstanding is all good. No, I got you, preacher partner. No, for real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? No, for real, I don't even be making fun. You know, I love everybody, man. I'm really a good-spirited person. If I could help you, if you know me in real life, you know I will. If you know me in real life, nigga, you know I got more faith than the motherfuckers that be reading that Bible for real. You just seen your partner go through it for real. You know your partner coming for real. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all done seen y'all partner dead rich, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Got a phone call and was on the air for real. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know where my heart lie at. But that just didn't make no sense. And after this fight weekend, bruh, I felt just like that again, bruh. It's like that whole thing came back in my mind, bruh. When that bitch tried to put a guilt trip on me about walking that baby. And the school was right down the street from the turf, man. The bitch lived right down the street from the turf. So the school, I mean, it was a little walk. I ain't bullshitting with you. It was a little walk. It wasn't that far, though, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like walking to the turf to the red fence to get some weed. But that bitch lived a little bit back there. She lived on the other MacArthur. You know what I'm talking about? Down there by in the back of Lacey. That bitch, like, get the Baskin Robbins and shit. Like, you know what I'm talking about? She lived a little bit down there. She lived a little bit by Burbank, man. Right before you get to Burbank, man. You know what I'm talking about? I vividly remember them hoes walking to 71st. And they didn't have no problem. They was juice about walking down there about that bullshit. But then she tried to put the guilt trip on me. Like somehow I was some of it. Man, the bus and drove me all in the other lane. Y'all see the bus? The nigga on there. Y'all see him in the window. That nigga was this close from me, man. I ain't tripping though, man. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck it. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, we out here like, you know what I'm talking about? But that shit just popped up in my head this weekend, bro. It took me right back to that shit. Because the bitch tried to make me feel some kind of way about something I didn't want to do. The bitch made me feel some kind of way because I didn't want to do something that she didn't want to do. And I realized as a young nigga, like, and when I was young, bro, I ran into hella bitches like that was old, bro. Because an old bitch would try to run some game on you back then, bro. I keep saying the old bitch, but we all was young, you get what I'm saying? It was like I was 16, 17, and these hoes was like 23, maybe 24. Maybe 25, 26. They said, bro, listen, man, I just always been a, you know what I'm talking about? But, and it was crazy how them hoes always try to run some kind of game. It was almost like they thought that they could just tell a young nigga anything. Like, I don't know. Because a lot of young niggas was fascinated by being able to fuck with some old bitches. You know what I'm talking about? And it was like they'd just come with some kind of game, man. You feel me? It took me right back to the other old bitch with that old slow ass game. You know what I'm talking about? And this bitch, man, listen, bruh. I got so tired of that shit. I tell you, baby, cousin get tired of some shit, man. I opened them hoes' door and walked to the turf, man. I was through with that bitch then. I opened the back of that car door and I walked to the turf. I said, you hoes can have that. Y'all hoes can have this, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, y'all can have this shit. Because, that nigga had a hell of a motorcycle, nigga. It looked like that nigga put his... I bet you that motherfucker run. That didn't look like he bought that from the motherfucking motorcycle shop. He looked like that. He put that motherfucker together himself. That motherfucker looked like a model. There's hella people out here on the Monday for some reason. Nigga like, you know what I'm talking about? OG and them look like they having hella fun. Nigga like, you know what I'm talking about? We made it. So for real. Yup, bus driver's crazy, man. I promise you. No, I did, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Cheers, y'all. Thank you, man. Mumbo-minded, man. And it was so crazy. And the crazier thing than that, years down the road, when I seen that bitch, bruh, that bitch was the exact same person, bruh. And the bitch was 20-something years old then. She was like 23, 24 then. That bitch might have been older than that, bruh. That bitch might have been pushing 30, bruh. That bitch might have been 28 or something, man. But I seen that bitch years later, folks. And the bitch was the same bitch. The same bitch. It didn't move. The needle ain't moved nowhere on that bitch mental. The same bitch, bruh. And it was, and that's how we do ourselves as people, bruh. You will make yourself slow if you refuse to grow, bruh. You will make yourself slow. You will stay that same ass motherfucker for the rest of your life, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And them same motherfuckers, even when they got money, bruh, they was the same motherfuckers until they went broke, bruh. They was the same motherfuckers, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody got rich for a minute. The same motherfucker, they did the same shit. And man, listen, do what you want to do, bruh. I'm just talking about your mind. Mumbo-minded Monday. I don't give a fuck what you did with your money. I'm glad that you touched your money. Go fuck it off. At least you got a chance. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not coming from that angle. I'm just talking about mumbo-minded. If you don't look out, you're going to become that person forever, bruh. You're going to become that motherfucker that get tax money. You're going to buy a car. You're going to buy a couch. And you're going to do that shit every year, bruh. You never going to get no further. You never going to, man, you're going to be stuck, bruh. You're going to be going through the same urban community ass shit, bruh. Arguing with your baby mama. Arguing with your baby daddy. I just bought a foreign. Yeah, it's just going to be the same ass shit, bruh. Everything gonna be about these niggas and bitches. Everything gonna be about everybody else, man. Mumbo-minded Monday. And I'm telling you, bro, I seen that bitch years later, folks, and that bitch was the same bitch. Ain't went nowhere, bro. That bitch had about she had about 3 more new babies. And if you don't look out, you'll make yourself slow. And it don't matter who you is, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something that I've always, nigga, from my kids, myself, nigga, from a bitch nigga to my kids. I'm gonna tell you what a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you what, like, where y'all just be making me from a bitch to a kid. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all be making me want to knock the shit out y'all, man. Is where it's like, this is just the people I have come across in my life, bruh. Since I have been, I'm gonna say 40 years old. Or just old. It's like motherfuckers don't, they act like you haven't been around here this long. It's kind of like you used to do your parents when you was little. You would act like you could actually do something that your parents ain't did before. You know what I'm talking about? So I've always come in contact with a motherfucker that always act like for some reason you being around this motherfucker didn't matter. Like, you 48 years old, you will come across a motherfucker 19 and 20 years old, bruh, and they want to act like they on the same level as you. They want to act like in they 20 years they have come across everything that you have come across in your damn near 50 years old. So you got 30 more years on this earth, and they want to act like everything that they have done the same thing in 20 years that you have done in 50. Y'all something straight out of the comic book, bruh. And it's like people don't want to give you credit for the shit that you know. Because they want to tell you you don't know everything, even though you've been here 30 years longer. That shit gets on my nerves, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And the thing that I have always got on people's nerves with, not even when I was old, when I was a youngster, is I have the ability to watch game unfold. I got the ability to break down game while game is being ran. And motherfuckers ain't never liked that I could look at whatever you into, bro, and I could tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's not that I know everything. It's that I've done that shit before, bro. I don't know everything, but that shit you doing right there, I can tell you exactly what's finna happen. I can tell you exactly what's finna happen because I did it. You know what I'm talking about? That's just like if you on the motherfucking swing. You know this swing broke. And you know this motherfucker finna snap as soon as you get yay high. If another motherfucker get on that swing, you already know this, that seat finna break. All that motherfucker got to do is swing just a little bit higher. You know the seat finna break. And y'all act like the seat not gonna break for y'all. Y'all act like y'all the only one that's gonna be able to defy gravity because you don't weigh that much. So man, that swing finna snap, folks. The swing finna snap, folks. And the motherfucker get mad when they get on the swing and it snap on them. They get mad just because you told them the swing was finna snap. Y'all get on my nerves with that shit, folks. And I've been hated for that reason just right there. Because a motherfucker think I know everything, but it's not even that, bro. The shit you doing, I've already did it. I know where it leads. I know what's the outcome. Even if you defy gravity and all this old shit, even if you the only one that's not going to get caught and all, I know where it's going to go, bro. I know where it's going to end up. And motherfuckers have never liked me from that, bro. From my kids to a bitch. Yeah, cheers y'all down. Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. And they will get mad because you could tell them exactly what's finna happen. You know what I'm talking about? You see that motherfucker you hanging around right there, man? That motherfucker, is a thief. And if you keep hanging around them, they gonna get you in trouble. A motherfucker wanted, they'll come to the defense of you tell them that, won't they? They'll come to the defense of a motherfucker, won't they? Man, that motherfucker ain't no thief, and you just want to judge people, and you always talking. They'll tell you all that shit. Next thing you know, they calling you from jail. You know what I'm talking about? They calling you from jail because y'all done went in one of these department stores, and you done got caught stealing. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you want to, for whatever reason, bro, motherfucker get mad when you identify that game. So when you know they over there stealing this shit because they ain't got no money and they just coming home with shit they ain't even supposed to have and all this shit, you know they over there stealing this shit. You don't want to admit it. So you're like, man, you keep stealing, something gonna happen. And you tell a motherfucker that and they want to argue you up and down. Mumbo mind this shit. You think you know everything. Ain't nobody stealing and ain't no that. Next thing you know, they calling you from jail. You know what I'm talking about? Because people sit around you with they slow ass and act like you can't see what they is, bruh. And I don't understand y'all. You know what I'm talking about? But these are the games we have to play in this society. You know what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, I had to deal with that shit this whole weekend. It started with that fight. And if you know me, man, I gas brake dip on mine, nigga. If you know me, I had told my partner way back then, like a year and a half ago, I said, Ryan Garcia will lose his next fight, whoever he fights. And I still got the text messages. You feel what I'm saying? And he said no. He just said I was sore about the man cheating my partner or whatever. Not my partner, but cheating the you know what I'm talking about? Cheating the Oakland nigga, man. So when the man had his next fight, and I just asked him like, bro, do you think he looked the same off that dope that he did when he was on that dope? And the motherfucker didn't even answer the question, bro. Instead of them just answering the question I asked them, they started their own conversation. I'm like, well, he's still gonna beat Devin Haney the next time. That ain't what I asked you, bro. I just asked you a simple question. Because motherfucker, they can't answer a question when it's stating the obvious, bro. Because just like I said, we living in that society right there, bro, where motherfuckers have spent the whole year teasing the nigga, and now the nigga that they was trying to make bigger than the real come out there and lay an egg, don't look nothing like he did when he was off that dope. So now we've been spending the whole year pumping this shit on, so now we can't look wrong. So we not even gonna say that he don't look different off the dope. We just gonna make a whole nother conversation. We actually gonna avoid the obvious. We can't just come up here and say, man, that nigga looked hella different off that dope. We still got to come up here and say, man, I don't think it was the dope, and get the fuck out of here, bro. But this is what we got to do because we done spent the whole year teasing another motherfucker. So now when it comes time to eat our words, you know what I'm talking about? They don't taste that good. You get what I'm saying? We ain't got no condiments. We ain't got no ketchup or no mustard to put on top of that shit. And we don't like it plain. So instead of us just eating that shit we was saying, you know what I'm talking about? And that's how you know most of y'all not no stand-up people, because you can't even be wrong. How the fuck do you even believe in God if you can't be wrong? Y'all just talk, bro. And y'all just talk to hear y'all self-talk. Y'all will say anything to prove y'all point because y'all really be embarrassed of the shit you is. And that's what it all come down to. And this is the coldest part about that shit right there. Y'all will be embarrassed about the shit you is, and you won't even change the shit you is. You will be embarrassed when you look in the mirror and you don't even got enough courage to change the shit you is. You rather still stay the same piece of shit you is and just be embarrassed to look in the mirror. That's something don't even make no sense, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because everybody has the ability to change themselves. You have the ability to change your conduct, folks. Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you, nigga. Like, yeah, you got the ability to change yourself, man. You don't have to be a piece of shit forever. You don't have to sit there and subscribe to that same bullshit. Because you would notice most of the people that, because somehow, all the motorcycle people out here, man, in the rain, you know what I'm talking about? Because a motherfucker called me and told me this shit the other day, talking about, I'm going to tell you, I said fuck the world and fuck everybody, nigga. That's what I said, nigga. Like, yeah. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, fuck you. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's funny to me how I talk to people that get that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I talk to people on the real phone in the real world, bruh, that don't be offended by nothing bruh say. They actually be digging that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, yeah. And I notice the people who get offended and the people who don't. You know what I'm talking about? And the people who get offended, all them people got something in common, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. The people who get offended, all them people got something in common, man. You know what I'm talking about? It be the same shit. Mumbo-mindedness, man. Mumbo-minded Monday, man. All them people that get offended and shit, I notice all the motherfuckers, I notice the shit that they got in common. You know what I'm talking about? Just notice the people that always, just notice anybody that walks around and say you trying to talk about them or you trying to put them down. Just notice what kind of person that is. And notice when they say somebody trying to put them down. Notice every time they try to say somebody trying to talk shit about them or something. Notice every time they say that, and you gonna find a common denominator. You know what I'm talking about? When you watch that type of person, folks. Anybody that say you talking shit about them, anybody that say you trying to belittle them, anybody that just watch them type of people, bro, and you gonna notice something about them. You gonna notice all them type of people have one thing in common. Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, you gonna notice all them people. Find the people who do that, Brett, and you will notice all the motherfuckers have one thing in common. You know what I'm talking about? That's why in this society, Brett, it's always gonna be somebody else. You gonna be that nigga that didn't wash his hands in the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna be that nigga in a full-fledged argument about not washing your hands and walking in somebody else's kitchen. You actually gonna be in an argument about that. You gonna be saying somebody was talking shit about you because they asked you to wash your hands, when actually you just embarrassed. You know what I'm talking about? You embarrassed. Because people like that, I'm telling you, that's why this internet full of them type of motherfuckers. That's why y'all care so much about what people say. That's why y'all feel something about people say. And that's the one thing you would notice about them type of people. There's always saying somebody trying to belittle them or talk about them. That's the one thing you would notice. You know what I'm talking about? Because they don't think much of themselves. That's why they think they done came up around something, bruh, where something has fucked them up, where somebody has belittled them so much, bruh, that shit has traumatized them as a grown person. So everything somebody else do, they feel that they being belittled because they came from somebody belittling them. I'm not bullshitting with you. What, you think I'm stupid? Nah, bruh. Where did that even come from? You know what I'm talking about? I don't be getting that. And one thing you'll notice, bro, them people always feel like you're attacking them. Always. You know what I'm talking about? You can ask them anything and they gonna feel like you attacking them. And that's what this world has gotten fooled of, motherfuckers just like that. Instead of just answering what they doing, a whole conversation. I'm not bullshitting with you. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what's going on out here, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, this whole motherfucking week, nigga, I'm tired. Nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I'm tired of conversations. I'm tired of talking to people. Because I just realized y'all refuse to be accountable for yourself, bro. And the moment somebody asks you anything or try to hold you accountable for anything, you gonna change the conversation. And it's gonna never get back to initially what a motherfucker asked you to do. And I just realized that through endless conversations, nigga, with people. You know what I'm talking about? That's why some days I just had to do this weekend, nigga. Sometimes you just gotta kick on back, you gotta sit back, and you gotta reevaluate yourself. Some people you just gotta cut loose, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you, nigga. There's some people, nigga, you gotta cut loose. You can't do business with them. You can't do, we can't do nothing together, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Some people you just gotta cut loose, and you gotta be fine with that, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. Because if you're not fine with that, you ain't gonna do nothing but bring that bullshit into your life, bro. And you gotta realize, like, I told you I don't answer my phone at 10 o'clock. Because I got tired of motherfuckers calling my fucking phone at the early dawn, nigga, talking about some shit I'm not going through, bro. I don't live life like that. Like I said, bro, I be waking up thinking about creative shit. What I could do, you know what I'm talking about? How I'm going to get myself closer to the shit that I got in my head, where I plan to be. You know what I'm talking about? Where I want to be. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get that shit out the way, bro. I'm not waking up in the morning focused. And most of y'all, not most of y'all, but like, just people. Y'all got somebody that y'all can't get rid of in y'all life because y'all don't know how to tell them people to go on about their business. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if it's your cousin. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if it's your sister, your brother. I don't know if it's your baby mama, your baby daddy. But a lot of people that I have coming across, especially in that urban community, y'all have somebody that gets on y'all nerves that y'all don't know how to tell them that. So y'all let this motherfucker, that's why I told you, y'all stay attached to your phone all day reading that mess. So it's somebody that's getting on your nerves all day. So you don't know how to, y'all don't know how to detach from people. So y'all bring that shit y'all bring that mumbo-minded ass shit on into the world. The moment you step out your house, bro, you in danger of dealing with everybody else bullshit and what's going through their mind. You know what I'm talking about? Guys, break dip on mine, nigga. Because in real life, bro, y'all don't know how to tell people no. In real life, you don't know how to be brave. Hey, what's good with it, sis? You don't. In real life, you don't know how to be brave. That's why y'all talk to shit to people that don't even, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all be sitting around there, talking shit to the wrong person. That's what y'all do. That's why y'all be up in the stores with attitudes and shit. Fucking with the cashiers and shit. Y'all ain't mad at the cashier. You really mad at that bitch or that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But you gonna take it out on the cashier. You gonna act like the cashier moving too slow or something. But it's really the issues that you scared to deal with in your own motherfucking life. But we so good at talking shit about what everybody else need to do. We can spot what everybody else need to do. You know what I'm talking about? We full of shit, nigga. Mumbo-minded Monday, bro. Just like I said. You in somebody's kitchen without washing your hands, but you want to tell them, they done told you to wash your hands, but you saying shit like, why you say it that loud? You just trying to get out of you washing your hands. You trying to get out some shit that you know you should have done. You feel me? And that's all we do, man, mumbo-minded. And it's like you don't even want to learn nothing. And that's how y'all stunt y'all growth. Because you going to sit there and argue about everything, but you sitting there arguing with motherfucker about washing your hands. You should have already known that, bro. And we just can't deal with the fact a lot of us are grown and don't know nothing, bro, because nobody has sat down and taught y'all anything. That's why a lot of y'all don't know how to love y'allself on some real shit. That's why you embarrassed of everything. That's why it bothers you. That's why y'all more worried of what somebody think about you than what you really is. I ain't bullshitting. Y'all more worried about what somebody think about you than what you really is. You know what I'm talking about? All you got to do is be what you really is. Because what you really is going to stand the test of time. So you either going to be a sucker fish, fuck ass motherfucker for your life, or you going to be a solid motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Guys, break dip on mine, nigga. I can tell you I'm leaning towards solid. I've been around here for years, nigga. And you can say what you want to about a motherfucker. You ain't going to find too many motherfuckers that got nothing to say about me. You not. I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you ain't gonna find that many motherfuckers that got nothing to say about me. Because I ain't got to display a fake ass shit out there. Now, you might got some shit that you gonna try to put a narrative on, because that's what y'all always try to do. Y'all try to find some kind of narrative and create. You know what I'm talking about? But is that real? Nah, it ain't real at all, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Who you is who you is. You know what I'm talking about? Who you is gonna show. And that's what y'all show who y'all is. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just, to me, it's a shame, bro, that we be this old and we don't know how to, we don't really know how to conduct ourselves, bro. You feel me? And we don't know how to conduct ourselves, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy that you don't even want, like, it's crazy that you would stagnate yourself. That's what's crazy. You want to stay the same person you is forever, and you want somebody to deal with that shit. That shit don't make no sense. Mumbo-minded. You ain't gonna do nothing but put your, that's why a lot of y'all be hella old and you just be childish. Y'all be hella old, stuck in the same ass shit. It ain't no different. You motherfuckers having the same, y'all know somebody like that? You motherfuckers been having the same motherfucking argument for the same amount of motherfucking years. It don't never change, because that's that shit that's in your head. You the only one worried about that shit. And that's where you stuck at. Most of y'all are stuck right there. With where that shit at in your head, that's where you stuck at, in your head. You can't get past that shit. Because you don't want to get past it. That's all the shit you see. You know what I'm talking about? And it'd be just like that baby, that bitch that tried to get me to walk that baby. You know what I'm talking about? That's all the shit you see. Then you want to try to throw a guilt trip on me about not walking the baby. Now all of a sudden I'm some kind of punk, sucker ass nigga for not wanting to walk your baby, bitch. Nah, that ain't what I am. You's a punk ass bitch. That's what you is. I'm not walking the motherfucking thing, bitch. You had enough energy to walk the 71st, bitch. You should have enough energy to walk the Parker. Shit. You got enough energy to walk the 71st. You should have enough energy to walk the Parker. Right down the street. You know what I'm talking about? 71st. Hella further than Parker, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Bitch, you done passed up Markham to get to 70. Bitch, you done passed up Markham to get to 71st. You got enough energy to walk to motherfucking 71st, bitch? You got enough? Y'all, you was way down there, too. Y'all was down there by where Nelson's used to be. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all was way down there past Mr. Draper house. You know what I'm talking about? Bitch was damn near at the BART station. Oh, bitch, y'all was down there by Mr. Draper house, bitch. You had enough energy to walk from damn near Baskin Robbins, nigga, back there by Seminary, bitch, all the way to Mr. Draper house. And you mean to tell me you ain't got enough energy to walk this baby to Parker, bitch? Please. Better buy this motherfucker a motorcycle, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Because Briz out of here. Yeah, I'm finna walk to the turf, and that's all. I'm finna walk to Wall House. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm finna walk to Wall House. And that's where these feet stop. You know, I ain't bullshit with you, bitch. That's where these motherfucking dogs stop. You know what I'm talking about? Right there on MacArthur, 74. You know what I'm talking about? Right there in front of the pawn shop, man. You know what I'm talking about? These feet ain't walking no further than Virgie's. God damn, blood. They say, why you fuck with it like that, niggas? If I don't, ain't nobody else is, bro. I ain't bullshit with you. These feet ain't walking no further than Virgie's, man. But the bitch tried to put a guilt trip on me, y'all. I ain't bullshitting with you. And try to call me all kind of punk ass, weak niggas and all that shit. Man, I looked at that bitch like she was crazy. I'm telling you, man, I left my clothes at that bitch house. I didn't see that bitch until months later, bruh. You get what I'm saying? And the bitch came with my clothes folded. I got a story about it. I forgot what it's called. And the bitch did some hater shit then. And still doing some hater shit. I told y'all I ain't seen that bitch in months. And the bitch just came back to do some hater shit when she seen the other bitch come down the street. Oh, that was a good one right there, bro, too, man. I think I had got caught up about 3-4 bitches all in the same. Yup, it was about another, because another bitch came on down the street. Bro, got caught up that day. Bro, got caught up that day. I had about 3-4 bitches out there. I had got caught up that day, boy. I was just, yeah, bro had, you know how they say the universe put you on stage? Oh, man, I was on stage that day. Yeah, man, I was just crumbled. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bro got caught up. Yeah, I got caught up like a motherfucker. All them bitches was just right there. But I only really fucked with 2 of them bitches. I ain't even fuck with that bitch that came and bought me my clothes. But that's why I ain't fuck with her. You know what I'm talking about? But that bitch tried to put a guilt trip on me, bruh. So a bitch tried to put a guilt trip on me about some shit she didn't even want to do. And I just learned that shit right then and there, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And that wasn't the only, when I was young, that wasn't the only old bitch that tried to come with that, just some slow ass cap. I don't know if they thought because I was young, I don't know, bruh. But it was just some slow ass shit, bruh, was refusing way back then. Because mumbo minded. There's no way in the world you got some energy to walk to 71st, but you ain't got no energy to walk to Parker. And you're not gonna put the trip on me because it's not my baby. It ain't like I won't walk my baby. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm not gonna walk my baby to school. No, I'll walk my baby to school. I'm just not gonna walk your baby to school. You know what I'm talking about? Bitch, where's your baby daddy? You know what I'm talking about? Call that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm finna walk to the turf. You know what I'm talking about? These feet right here stopping at Virgie's, bitch, right in front of that pawn shop. You know, right in front of that pawn shop. These feet go no further than the pawn shop, man. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip on mine, man. I ain't bullshitting with you. But that punk ass bitch tried to put a motherfucking, she tried to start a felonious ass argument like that was my responsibility. You know what I'm talking about? Like somehow I was some sucker ass nigga for not wanting to walk this baby to school when this bitch just walked to 71st. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't know how far 71st is from where that bitch lived at. And she had the energy. She done had no problem with that. She called 6-7 other bitches to walk down there with her. See, they was on that though. Yeah, they was on that punk bitch, baby daddy, baby mama shit. they can go address that shit. They had enough energy to go do that shit. I wish a motherfucker would, and a punk bitch and all that shit. They had enough energy to go address that shit right there. You get what I'm saying? But when it came to this bitch getting her motherfucking walking her motherfucking baby down there, she didn't want to do that shit. Then she tried to put the guilt trip on me, like that was my duty, man. And I've just been seeing shit like that my whole life. And I said that just to say, mumbo minded, bro. You get mad about some shit you know you supposed to do, and you gonna make somebody else out to be the villain. So you gonna make me out to be the villain about your motherfucking kid getting to school. Ain't that about a bitch? You know what I'm talking about? But you had enough energy to walk 71st. Man, you don't get the fuck out of here. It's just mumbo-minded, man. And the cold part about it, when I seen that bitch years motherfucking later, bruh, that bitch was the same bitch. And that shit be sad when you see that, bruh. It do. It's kind of like fucking with a nigga that, like you and your nigga might have been balling back in the day and shit, man. Then you rock up on my nigga and he done fell on like, but he a knock now or something. It's just like that. You hate to see your nigga like that, bruh, because you know what I'm talking about? You hate to see your nigga like that, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? You be like, damn, man, this used to be a fly, smooth ass nigga. Now that motherfucker might be fucked off a little bit. You don't really like to see that. But it be like that, man. The motherfucker never grow, bruh. And I don't understand why y'all fight y'all growth. That's the dumbest shit y'all do. So you want to stay the same childish ass motherfucker, bruh. That shit gonna get you, it's either gonna put you in a bad situation or it's gonna get you killed one day. The way you react to shit, the way you fuck with shit, the way you run your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Any motherfucker that sit here and say some shit like they wish God to do something to you, that's the first sign of a child. We big enough and bad enough. And this is why I tell y'all don't even believe in God, bro. For you to even say some shit like that, for you to even wish God on somebody, shows where you at mentally. And I'm telling you, man, this weekend got on my nerves. Childish conversation after childish conversation. You know what I'm talking about? And then when the motherfucker just didn't want to admit they was wrong, they come with the insult. You know what I'm talking about? I told you I was talking about Ryan Garcia, and I had made a point, and the nigga told me we done went from boxing. The nigga jumped all the way to game 7. It's like, that's why the Warriors gonna lose. What the fuck? I'm through with the world, bro. I'm through with talking to y'all for a moment, bro. I'm gonna need some time off. I'm gonna need a break from y'all, bro. And the shit that y'all, I don't understand how y'all got like that, bro. I'll never be slow, nigga. My daddy one of the smartest motherfuckers in the world, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's what my uncle said. If I'm taking his word, my uncle told me before he died, my uncle Squeaky, rest in peace. That nigga told me my daddy was one of the 3 smartest motherfuckers in the world, nigga. He didn't say Oakland. He said my daddy was one of the 3 smartest motherfuckers in the world, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what he told me. R.I.P. my uncle. But I'll never be slow, bruh. If God say the same, you know what I'm talking about? Because you can. God will make sure you slow. But as long as God keep me with a healthy mind, bruh, I'll be just as sharp as my mind is, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And thank you, God. You know what I'm talking about? But I won't be slow, because I won't sit here and make myself slow. I won't sit here around people and watch them, and like, you'll never, like, I don't trust people to be nothing but what they is, bruh. People will never make me slow. So nothing you do will ever slow me down. I just expect people to do whatever it is they do. You're not going to slow me down, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to see no motherfuckers around here snorting heroin and drinking syrup, and I'm just going to get curious, and I want to, man, that shit don't even make no sense to me, bruh. You can do whatever you want to. You'll never slow me down. You get what I'm saying? No, you won't. And it just kills me because the shit y'all practice now and the shit y'all do, bruh, them is not tactics that's gonna help you grow. All that shit you do, bruh, all that shit is tactics to help you go backwards, bruh. That's all it is, bruh. All that shit is tactics to keep you slow as fuck, bruh. And you're gonna get around the real world, bruh, and you're not going to make it. Because in the real world, nobody's going to deal with you. They're not, bruh. You talking about some handling some real business? Ain't nobody gonna deal with you, bruh. Ain't nobody dealing. We not handling no business with no mother, no nanny. And how the fuck you gonna do business with that? How is we gonna do business when the motherfucker just come out the blue and the business ain't even fucked up? Like, say we finna handle some business, bruh, and you say some shit like, man, y'all look like y'all don't do good business. And we ain't even did no business. Why do I even want to do business with you? Good business. Why would I even want to do business with you, bro? Why would I? You just insulted me in my business. Why would I even want to do business with you? Then get mad when you take your business somewhere else. Then act like a motherfucker supposed to do business with you, bro. You come with a bad aura from the beginning, bro. And y'all come with that bad aura because you've only been around bad aura ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? You only been around bad aura ass motherfuckers, bro. So you don't know nothing else, bro. You don't know how to do nothing but doubt yourself and talk shit about what's going on. Just like that Chinese nigga with the Warriors channel, bro. That nigga gets on my nerve. Every game, I think that nigga's a homosexual though, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I do, bro. Every game, this nigga talking about Steve Kerr needs to be fired. I can't stand that nigga, man. This nigga, I don't know why Steve Kerr keeps starting Buddy Hield and all this shit, bro. We living in a world where the fan then became the GM, nigga. And they know what's best for the basketball team. On some real shit. Now this nigga started Buddy Hield, and the Buddy Hield then went bonkers. Nigga went nuts. Now a nigga talking about, well, sometimes when you play Russian roulette, you can win. And I was just glad that we hit the jackpot that we got him, because a nigga can't say that a nigga was just right, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? So we got to go around talking. We got to go around because the shit that you kept on doing, you knew what you was talking about. So when we see you knew what you was talking about, we can't give you credit, and we still got to discredit you some kind of way. Same way a la Devin Haney, man. Now, you know, on this fight weekend right here, man, it was nothing but boring fights. But they made Devin Haney fight the most boring fight that there was, right? If you listen to them narrated, this is what they said. He had the most boring fight. Once again, shout out 78 Sports, because I did not know this. I just watched the fights, and in the fight I watched, I realized that little nephew had did more than all them other niggas. I said, man, he did. I had been said that. They was talking about his fight, but in this fight, he did more than the rest of them niggas. They didn't do nothing. And come to find out, this nigga landed 70 punches. So he actually landed more punches than anybody. Canelo, Skull, Ryan, and Rolly. And somehow y'all gonna make his fight out to be the most boring fight when these niggas didn't even land as much punches as he did. So how was his fight? This is the world we living in, bro. This is the world we living in. I told you this weekend did a number on me, man. I'm cool on talking to y'all for a while. I'm cool on talking to y'all for a while, bro. Y'all just play too much. Y'all play a game so you don't have to be accountable for the shit you don't know. You play a game so you don't have to be accountable for being wrong. Y'all play a game to where you ain't gonna never be wrong. You just get to tease the next person. So if your breath stank, you can say my shoes is untied. You ain't never got to put no fucking gum in your mouth. You could just keep telling me what's wrong with me. You know what I'm talking about? Even though my shoes not untied, I just wear them like that. You get what I'm saying? Yikes before I strikes. Gas, brake, dip on mine. You know what I'm talking about? But that's what's wrong with us. My shoes ain't untied. I just wear them like that, man. You get what I'm saying? The Chinese man said you can't smell with another nigga's nose, bruh. And this is the problem. Or it ain't even no problem. To keep it real, it ain't even no problem, man. But in this world right here, you want to talk about somebody else instead of fixing you. So you don't have to be accountable for yourself. You can talk about somebody else. You feel me? I'm glad I brought that up right there, because the motherfucker said, man, this is all I do. I just told him, man, I want you to tell me. I mean, I know you can point out, but other than that, I want you to tell me what motherfucker I talk about, bro. Because I told you, I'm saying fuck the world. I'm talking about the behaviors in the world. I want you to point what motherfucker I'm talking about. Nah, bro. That's just all you baby mama mouthed ass, grandma mouthed ass niggas, bro, with that guilty conscience. And you feel like I'm talking about you because the shit I'm saying identifies you. Gas, brake, dip, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I told you I'm up here talking to the world, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Gas, brake, dip on mine, nigga. I get tired of you niggas trying to minimize my message to you. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to minimize my message to you, man. Mumbo-minded Monday, man. Is you mumbo-minded? You know what I'm talking about? Do you do everything in your power so you don't have to be wrong? Is you always changing shit because you don't want to be looked at as wrong? Is you a motherfucker when you didn't wash your hands, you want to talk about somebody else? Is you a motherfucker that every time somebody points something out about you, you got to bring them along too? You know what I'm talking about? Like you could have just broke a glass or something, and the motherfucker asked you about that glass you broke, and then you start talking about something that somebody else broke to get up out the glass you broke. Are you one of them motherfuckers? to where you can't just never own up to what it is that you that where you lacking at. Mumbo minded, man. Gas brake dip. You know what I'm talking about? Gas brake dip, man. You know what I'm talking about? Is on mine. Mumbo minded Monday, man. I told you this weekend burnt me out, bro. I'm through. I'm not talking to you motherfuckers for a while, man. I got burnt out, bro. I ain't never heard so many fucking excuses and just deflections in my life, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm talking about stupid shit. I'm talking about stupid ass shit, bro. Just stupid shit. Just so you can duck up out of something, man. Motherfuckers say, man, what happened to your boy? And the nigga say, why you say it like that? I'm through with this shit, bro. Tell the motherfucker to wash their hands. Niggas say, why you screaming at him? Why you say it that loud? I'm through with this shit, bro. So now we could say this because you embarrassed about not washing your hands. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bro. That shit don't do nothing for y'all, man. I'm telling you, bro, that's not gonna help you grow. You gonna get embarrassed, bro. That's what's gonna happen to your punk ass. You gonna get embarrassed, bro. You gonna take that shit around somebody that don't live like that, and they gonna spot that shit out. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna take what you is around somebody that don't live like that. You know what I'm talking about? And they gonna embarrass you in front of everybody, bro. Then you really gonna be feeling some kind of way. Then you gonna be spending the whole year trying to get back at them because, you know what I'm talking about? Because they told you was musty or something. Because you ain't sat there and did enough work on yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't did enough work on your motherfucking self. And you gonna go around somebody with some poor hygiene and they gonna let you have it. Because you know how other people is in the world, especially these days, bro. They want everybody to know that somebody up in here stink. You know what I'm talking about? Who was that? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they gonna embarrass you and you ain't gonna learn it in. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know why it takes so. I don't even know why it would take that for you to want to learn. I don't know why y'all fight y'all growth. I don't know what I'm telling you, man. I asked the nigga what was up with his boy, man. A nigga actually said, man, and that's why the Warriors gonna lose game 7. I'm through with it, man. Y'all gave me a headache this week. What the fuck the Warriors got to do with the fight, bro? Just insults, nigga. That's why the Warriors finna, even if the Warriors lose, what difference does that, like, what does that got to do with me, bro? I just like the Warriors. I'm not finna cry if the Warriors lose. They won, by the way. Gas break dip. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They won, by the way. You know what I'm talking about? But this is what I had to deal with all week, bro. The Warriors didn't play it yesterday, nigga. You get what I'm saying? Hell of a game 7. Shout out the Warriors. You know what I'm talking about? I thought I was going to have to suit up and come up off the bench, man. You know what I'm talking about? They don't want me out there like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they don't want me out there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because I ain't playing fair. Like, I told you, nigga, I'm just waiting to foul a nigga on the layup. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I'll be the first nigga that got 6 fouls on the foul. I'll foul a motherfucker one time and get 6 fouls. Nigga, my first foul, I've been fouled out. You know what I'm talking about? I've been fouled a nigga 30 different ways, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like that. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, damn, bro, what happened? Say, what happened to that nigga head? You know what I'm talking about? Man, what happened to that nigga head? God damn, blood. Say, what happened to that nigga head, man? You know what I'm talking about? Just like, and I'm glad I said that, bro. I am glad I said that, man. I remember we was in Santa Rita, man. They was teasing my nigga about having that skin hanging off his head because he had the nuts to go up in there and get down, man. My nigga was on crutches, man, and still went up there and got down and they teased that nigga, bro. Yeah, my nigga was getting with that nigga, man. He was the one, you know what I'm talking about? The niggas was teasing that nigga about having skin hanging off his head, bro. This is how niggas will do you. Even though you was on crutches. You on crutches, can't even move that much, man. You know what I'm talking about? And you still up in there handling your business. But niggas want to tease you about skin hanging off your head, man. The way of the world, bro. And the same nigga that you went up in there and fight, they was running around there letting that nigga slap them. You know what I'm talking about? But you the one that took a nigga up in there and was getting with his program when you was on crutches. And they knocked a little bit of skin off your head. And the same nigga that let the nigga slap them, they want to laugh about the skin off your head. Man, we be something straight out of a comic book, bruh. That's the way of the world, though. They just gonna tease you, bruh. Mumbo-minded. And I'm not even saying that y'all dumb. Just the ways and the behaviors y'all have fallen into in society, you're making yourself slow. And it's like you want to make yourself slow. And we just on some kid shit. Just like I said, man, I asked this nigga, because I asked him last year, but they were so busy teasing me, I guess he forgot. You know what I'm talking about? So when I asked him after the fight, because I asked him, I said, your boy gonna lose his first fight that he not on that shit, and you will see then. And they were so busy teasing me, I guess they forgot. Then I just asked him, bro, what's up with your boy? Did he look like he was, did it look a little bit different off them drugs? And they took that right there, man. And the nigga went nuts with it. Start talking about, so what, he gonna knock nephew out again, and that's why the Warriors gonna lose game. I just didn't get how you got that frustrated from that little old question, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You shouldn't have got frustrated, bro. You should have just been able to answer. Because it was just like a yes or no answer. Like, bro, did the nigga look different or not, bro? And instead of you saying yes or no, we got to throwing out insults and shit, bro. And that shit just comes from your upbringing, folks. It does. That shit just come from your upbringing and the motherfuckers you was around, bruh. Because motherfuckers be coming up out here around like miserable ass people, bruh. A lot of y'all have come up around motherfuckers that ain't shit, bruh. I'm not bullshitting with you. And a lot of y'all done let them mumbo mind you, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Because you done sat around that shit for some years and let the next motherfucker just run a slow ass game on you. You know what I'm talking about? Gas break dip on mine. You let another motherfucker make you slow. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all shell shock from other motherfuckers right now. Nigga, I ain't bullshitting with you, nigga. Right now, another motherfucker got you shell shocked from 30 years ago, nigga, and you can't get this one motherfucker out your brain. And y'all let motherfuckers stay in your brain like that, bruh. Y'all gonna be just like that bitch that was walking the 71st, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? That bitch probably on her way to Alvin Groom right now, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Or walking from Alvin Groom to the village right now, bro. That bitch probably on her way to the village, nigga, the 65th village. Nigga, that bitch probably walking on her way to the village right now about some baby daddy, baby mama shit. Who said something, bro? Because that's the only shit y'all get energy for. You know what I'm talking about? You don't get energy. Y'all lazy about everything else. I ain't bullshitting with you. Y'all lazy until it's some shit you want to do. You know what I'm talking about? You'll find all the energy in the world to do some shit you want to do. You know what I'm talking about? Let it be something really to do around this motherfucker, because y'all act like whatever y'all do, y'all act like that's more than what anybody else do. And this is why probably we just lazy as a people, because you act like whatever you do means something. You act like what you do means more than what somebody else do. That's why y'all always running around trying to brag about work, like you work, like the whole fucking America don't work, like your job is more important than everybody else's job in America. It don't matter whether you stand on your feet, you drive, whatever the fuck your job is, it's just what the fuck your job is, nigga. You spend that much amount of time, nigga, on your clock, bruh. But it'll be a motherfucker who, man, I'm telling y'all, almost had this body slam a nigga one time about some shit like this. A motherfucker try to act like, because you go to work, nigga, and you do all that hard ass shit like somebody, nigga, that's what you chose to do, bruh. I don't give a fuck about how long you gotta stand on your feet, nigga. I don't. I'm mad about these motherfucking hours I gotta put on this clock, nigga, because I could be doing something else, bruh. You chose that hard ass work, then you gotta make it seem like, nigga, this is a real job. No, it ain't, bruh. That's why you complaining about that shit right now, nigga. A real job, nigga, because we do some real work. You dumb motherfucker. Who the fuck wanna work and slave for some other people, man? Mumbo-minded, folks. And y'all sit here and y'all embrace that concept, nigga. With your goofy ass. With your goofy ass, bruh. And that's what happened to all you motherfuckers, bruh. On some real shit, nigga. Y'all dedicate most of y'all life giving y'all best to other people, bruh. Y'all give y'all best to y'all job. Y'all give y'all best to that bitch. You give your best to that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Gas break dip on mine. You ain't got nothing left for your motherfucking self, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know shit, nigga. Your whole life, nigga, you been a motherfucking slave, nigga. Other people telling you what to do, giving your best, trying to come up in here, nigga, and do good for bossa. You know what I'm talking about? Do good for bossa. You niggas something straight out of comic book, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I bet you'll talk shit to your nigga if he hung up on you. I bet your boss can hang up in your face right now. You won't even text. You won't even say nothing. I bet you, nigga. I bet you right now, nigga. A bitch or a nigga. Especially a bitch, bitch. I bet you if your nigga hung up in your face right now, you'll call that nigga all day. You'll have hella shit to say to that nigga. I bet you if your boss hung up in your face, you'll play your part. You wouldn't even mention that shit. I bet you wouldn't, nigga. And that's just the kind of coward y'all be, bruh, right there. The shit y'all talk is minimal. It's reserved for certain people. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't gonna talk that shit to everybody. Y'all got a cap on y'all shit talking. Y'all got a cap on y'all seriousness. Y'all only gonna be serious with certain motherfuckers. You ain't gonna take that shit up into the workplace. Yeah, you ain't gonna give your boss a piece of your mind. Nah, y'all gonna let y'all boss talk to y'all and do any old thing to you. Right now, your boss can hang up in your face and you ain't gonna even check him about that shit. You feel me? No, you gonna bite your tongue when it comes to some shit like that. Because that's that man that's over your head. You know what I'm talking about? That's the boss of man. Y'all make everybody more important than you. I don't give a fuck about damn motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you just like I told that bitch that asked me to walk that baby, I'm gonna fuck you, bitch. That's what I'm gonna tell you and gas brake dip on you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, they say, blood, why you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is. Fuck y'all. They say, bro, why you be saying that? Just in case I pass. You know what I'm talking about? Just in case I pass. Because I've watched something, bro. I told you my mama died, bro. And when my mama passed, I just seen people, bro. I got a bird's eye view of what people is. And people ain't gonna never care about you, bro. People only care about them. They might love, you might have a little bit of love or something, bro, but people care about them. They do. And like when somebody passed, the more and more it gets further from them passing, bro, people gonna act like your people didn't pass still. They gonna act like you should have been over that. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna act like your people passing to something you should have been got over. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they gonna act like that's something you been got over. Your mama. Yeah, they gonna act like that's something you should have been got over. You know what I'm talking about? You know how many motherfuckers I done talked to? They try to tell me, man, I know how you feel. No, you don't, bro. You wouldn't begin to know how the fuck I felt. You wouldn't. You knew how the fuck I felt, you wouldn't even be around me. Yeah, you wouldn't even be around me. Fuck y'all. Cause y'all some punk ass, lazy minded ass motherfuckers. That's what I noticed. Y'all sit around and do as least as possible. Least as possible. And if you gotta do more than anything you expected to do, you gonna cry about it. You know what I'm talking about? You is. Everybody just wants something to fall out the air. You ain't willing to put in no hard work to have nothing. Just like these motherfucking social media sites, bruh. Y'all don't even be wanting no money off these motherfuckers. Y'all just be wanting some attention, bruh. You don't give a fuck about no money on this motherfucker, bruh. You just want 1,000 likes. That's why y'all check that motherfucking analytics shit all day. Because as long as somebody liking your video, that make you feel special. It make you feel like something. You niggas something straight out of the comic book, bruh. Lonely minded ass motherfucker, mumbo minded, man. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just bad, man. They say it's bad, bruh. That's just bad, man. You know, I ain't bullshitting with you. I ain't. I ain't bullshitting with you. If you a motherfucker, bruh, and you running around this motherfucker with some raggedy conduct, and you want to sit here, or just the way you think, it ain't even raggedy conduct. It ain't even that serious, bro. I told you, nigga, this weekend, I got tired of conversation, bro. It was just the childishness. It was just the childishness of everything, folks. They say the childishness, bro. It was the childishness of everything, folks. They say, how was it the childishness of everything, bro? When did I start? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was the childishness of everything, bro. I'm telling you, man, a motherfucker called me, and I was like, man, what do you think about your boy? I ain't even talking about my nigga Nate. And me and Nate conversation wore down on me, but Nate just gonna fuck with you. That's just Nate, though. You know what I'm talking about? Nate just be fucking with you. Nate don't even really got no favorite fighter. You know what I'm talking about? Nate don't even, Nate more of a UFC guy than he is a boxing guy. He likes sports, though. But Nate likes soccer, really, though. You keep what I'm saying? My nigga was a badass soccer player until he tore his, he fucked his knee up. He had one of them, like, Clay Thompson injuries and shit. But I think he had that shit, like, twice. Oh, they fucking with it, nigga. They took their picture through the mirror. They was fucking with it, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they was fucking with it, man. I love to see people happy, man. I do. I love to see people really fucking with it. They was fucking with it, man. You could tell my nigga in the front had personality because he was fucking with it. But, Nate just be trolling. You feel me? Nate just be fucking with you. He always did that. Nate used to do that shit at work. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Nate used to do that shit at work. Nate was hella funny. Yeah, Nate was hella funny. You feel me? So I know Nate. He just be fucking around. But I'm talking about real motherfuckers. It was almost like, I guess people actually thought in their mind, I guess they thought Ryan was going to win in a spectacular fashion. And I guess they was thinking little nephew was going to get knocked out, or they wanted him to get wobbled or hit again. They just want to talk about you. And when they can't, they going to move the goalpost. So since they couldn't talk about him, now his fight was born. Even though he landed more punches than anybody else in the rest of them born fights. But his fight was born. They had teased him about being on the nigga undercard and all that shit. How do you lose on a headliner? You feel me? But the nigga actually got mad, and I only asked the question like, bro, how did your boy look off the dope? And that one little question, bro, made a motherfucker so furious that now Devin Haney gonna get knocked out again. As soon as they fight, he gonna get knocked out again, and the Warriors gonna lose tomorrow. And what the fuck? I said, oh man, we done jumped from boxing to basketball, man. Mumbo-minded. Yeah, I ain't bullshitting with you. Mumbo-minded, bruh. And if you mumbo-minded, you gonna do anything, bruh. Cause like you shouldn't be governed by your emotions, especially if you know nigga. You know what I'm talking about? If you a bitch either, nigga. You shouldn't be governed by your emotions. So every time something happens, you shouldn't be able to react and respond, bro. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. You shouldn't be broke. And then you get mad at something, then you say, well, I ain't going to work. You shouldn't be doing no shit like that, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because in reality, you broke. You get what I'm saying? And you staying home and not going to work or doing some shit like that, bro, that's not going to help you. You get what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be one of them people like that. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't get mad, and every time you get mad, something changed because you can't control your emotions. So you just feel you got to do something because you mad. And most of the people I met like that, them is the people that y'all never get mad at what you is and try to change yourself. So I know there's people like that, they just want you to accept their bullshit, if you get what I'm saying. Gas brake dip on mine, nigga. Like, yeah. Yeah, them type of people right there, they just want you to accept their bullshit somehow. You feel me? On some real shit. They just want you to accept they bullshit. So, it's just like the kids. when the kids stealing this shit, and you say, bro, no, you stealing, and the kids try to act like they not stealing this shit, you be saying, all right, man, listen, I went through this shit with my own kids, bro. You could tell them motherfuckers something, man. Look, them motherfuckers you hanging around, they're like the kids, especially now, they just always want to defend their friends. They act like their friends had them. You get what I'm saying? So they always trying to stick up for their friends with you. Like they got to take their friend's side. This is society we living in. So you can tell your kids about these little nutting ass motherfuckers they coming in contact with, and they gonna act like you don't know what you talking about, and you just judgmental, and you always man, these kids now would tell their parents, y'all think y'all know everything. That's what the kid would say. No, we don't know everything, you do. You gonna defy gravity. That's what you gonna do. You know what I'm talking about? And you can tell them about these little rotten, nasty motherfuckers they hanging around, and they over there stealing. And the next thing you know, they're gonna be calling the police. I mean, they're gonna be calling you from jail, crying and shit. You know what I'm talking about? After you done told them, because now you can tell somebody something, and just for them not to want to have to listen to you, bro, they'll go and they'll do it just because you said it. I ain't bullshitting with you, and y'all gonna act like we out here acting like adults. And I always said, bro, the most childish thing in the world is when a motherfucker say, I'm grown. I'm not a kid. You not a kid, but you steadily walking around here doing kid shit. Like, that one right there gets me every time. Bro, you not a kid, but everything you doing with your actions is childlike, but you're not a kid. That shit gets on my nerves, bro. I know you are, but what am I ass shit? So everything, you not a kid, but you walking around doing everything childlike. Y'all something straight out of comic book, bro. And y'all just sitting in there and you could come up with as many invisible conversations as you want to. Just like I said about the man who never washed his hands. You could be up in here all you want to, arguing, pointing something out about somebody else, and when you get through it all saying all that, your hands still gonna smell like shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're not gonna do yourself no favor. So you can sit around here and argue all you want to. You gonna be slow, bro. You gonna be slow. And the world gonna pass your slow ass by. Because you wanna be slow. The world gonna pass your slow ass by. Cause y'all don't get it. Mumbo-minded Monday. No, you don't get it. Y'all the ones that gotta sit here and see, you gotta lose your car before you feel like what it is walking again. And all that shit. You that motherfucker. You one of them Crenshaw Mafia motherfuckers, ain't you? You know what I'm talking about? You that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? You can't appreciate the shit you got. You know what I'm talking about? It's like I told y'all in my video, man, and I seen this type of church bitch my whole motherfucking life, bro. Either one of my partners, aunties, mamas, or something like that. But it was always a loudmouth church bitch. And I've been watching this. This is how I know y'all been full of shit with that Bible and shit my whole life. Just like the churches and shit. I told y'all that same shit that when I was a little kid, I seen the church pastor offering played around about 90 times, bruh. And I just didn't get it. But I've been watching them loudmouth ass church bitches my whole life, trying to recite the Bible and ain't following nothing out that motherfucker. They steadily trying to say what it say in the Bible, what God say in the Bible. All this shit right here, bruh. But the whole time, never doing nothing out that motherfucker. Just keep on reciting shit. And them hoes would always just come out talking about how a motherfucker was supposed to treat a lady. And it was always some shit like that coming out of a bitch's mouth. Like how a nigga should open the door and how a nigga supposed to be a gentleman to a lady. But, and like I said, bruh, like, you realize they said a lady. The shit you is ain't even no lady. A motherfucker not supposed to do that shit for what you is, bruh. I used to see them bitches always. A bitch is quick to come out, nigga, and always trying to talk about how a man is supposed to treat a lady. And that shit is so bland right there because, or how a bitch is supposed to treat a nigga. All that shit is bland. Because first of all, a motherfucker has to be something worth treating. And I don't think y'all get that. I think you think just because you a nigga or just because you a bitch is supposed to treat you some type of way, or a nigga is supposed to treat you some type of way. No, a lot of y'all conduct ain't worth treating you no kind of way. A lot of y'all ain't worth treating like nothing. You know what I'm talking about? The way you is. You ain't worth treating like nothing. And instead of you fixing what it is you is, y'all just expect to stay the same way, and you think you gonna find somebody that want that shit. This is the problem. Because you don't change. Because they done told you don't have to change. You can stay the same way. Somebody gonna want you. That's why most of y'all don't know how to do nothing but fuck. That's why most of y'all ain't got nothing but kids. You know what I'm talking about? Most of y'all ain't never had not a cent of money, bruh, but you got kids. Most of y'all ain't never had a dime, bruh, but you got kids. And you wanna know why that is, bruh? Because y'all really don't know how to do nothing but fuck. You know what I'm talking about? That's how y'all solve y'all problems. That's how y'all solve y'all stress. Drugs and sex and shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's why y'all don't give a fuck about who you fucking. That's why y'all be having kids by these weird ass motherfuckers. You don't even care who you fuck. That's just how you release pressure. That's how you release pain, grief, and all. Man, y'all something straight out of the comic book, bruh. I don't be wanting to hear this shit, bruh. To get out of that, knowing that's what the fuck it is, to get out of that, bruh, a motherfucker sit there and it's just a big ass deflection, just like the world. And we just got everybody running around saying what everybody else is, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? This is what you is. And trying to point out what you is, bruh. Notice how we always point out what somebody else is when we ain't handling our business ourselves. You get what I'm saying? We sitting here talking about what everybody else is, trying to, y'all get on my nerves with that, especially people that, I'm telling you, I had a bad weekend, bro. I had a good weekend, but I had a bad weekend talking to people. You know what I'm talking about? But I actually had a good weekend. I just had a bad weekend talking to people. But, motherfuckers sit around and, it bothers people. I'm telling you, bro. When other people like you, it bothers people. People don't like people paying attention to you, bruh. They don't, bruh. It don't matter who it is. You could be in the supermarket, bruh. You could be with a bitch, and you could be in the supermarket, bruh, and another bitch paying attention to you, bruh. That's going to irritate that bitch, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And she going to act like it's your fault that a bitch is paying attention to you. Because bitches don't like, motherfuckers, it ain't just bitches, bruh. The world, they don't like people paying attention to you. That makes them jealous, bruh. I'm telling you, people don't like the attention you get. They don't. Why you think they try so hard to try to attack the attention you get? Why do you think motherfuckers come out here and try to tell you? They try to attack the attention you get. Why you think motherfuckers come up here and try to tell, like people like, man, y'all should unsubscribe from them, and if you watching that, don't even, why you think motherfuckers even say that out their mouth, bro? What difference do it make who somebody else watching? Why put a guilt trip on the people about who they watching, bro? Why do you think people do that, bro? Because it irritates them that people are watching you. You know what I'm talking about? It irritates them, bro, because everybody feel like, you know what I'm talking about? Why do you think it's only a bitch ass motherfucker who it is, bro. It's only a bitch ass motherfucker that do shit like that. Like you be friends with somebody or something, and the motherfucker come out and start talking about the friend, and like, man, y'all didn't even, man, that's some hater fuck ass shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That shit don't even make sense, really. And you know it don't, because they didn't have no problem with that shit before they was mad at them. Then when the motherfucker get mad at you, look how you try to come smut you to the people. When they get mad at you, now all of a sudden it was this, but you just didn't have a problem with that shit. That's why I don't be wanting to hear that shit. If you ever fucked with somebody, man, I don't be wanting to hear what you got to say about another motherfucker, because you didn't have a problem with that shit while you was fucking with him. You ain't had no problem with that shit. You know what I'm talking about? You lying. You just in your feelings, sad and shit, spiteful. Trying to make somebody look like something, you know what I'm talking about? Because of what you is. Because you can never get away from what you is, even when you talking about somebody. Okay, all that shit fine and dandy, but what is you? Because that's where the problem lies, that shit you is. And most of y'all just mumbo-minded, and you gonna stay mumbo-minded. Because you sitting around here fighting with your growth. So you gonna be that same nutting ass, thinking ass motherfucker forever. You know what I'm talking about? And the same motherfuckers just talking about people. Bitch ass nigga. And the same motherfuckers just talking about people. When you get through talking about people, you gonna have the same problem in your motherfucking life though. You get what I'm saying? You gonna have the same motherfucking problem in your motherfucking life. This is how I know y'all don't give a fuck about nothing. Now y'all be saying, how y'all be saying, life is short. I mean, y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. Y'all only say that shit when it benefit whatever argument you in, when it benefit whatever conversation you in, bruh. Y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. Life is too short. If life was too short, you wouldn't even be having no arguments you be having. If life is too short, you wouldn't even be concerned about the shit that you was doing, bruh. If life was really that short, y'all just say that shit to benefit your argument when it's time, bruh. Y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. Y'all don't. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all just feel some kind of way because you don't know nothing. And the shit you don't know, when the motherfucker go to tell you, you feel inferior because you don't know nothing. And that's what's wrong with you. Y'all just don't want to be wrong. And by you not wanting to be wrong, you gonna go live a whole motherfucking life. You gonna live a life of fucked upness. About you not wanting to be wrong, you gonna live a life of slowness. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all just ain't got around the wrong people that see how slow you is. Y'all ain't got around the wrong people. Y'all ain't. No, y'all ain't got around the right people, bruh. To see how slow you is. Yeah, because you going to come across a motherfucker with all that slow shit, and they gonna put your slowness to work. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. And with them right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just show a little bit of lead. You know what